Hello and welcome to more Spellforce, yeah. Today I bring you Saitama in the south with the yellow orcs, very fancy, I like it. Coming in with a Gobo Shaman and a standard opener versus Herzog Igzorn in north with the trolls. And apparently I fucked up on the casting tools. But it is indeed trolls, not very, very big dwarves. Coming in with the chieftain to slam some fools. Always very satisfying, especially against hordes of goblins, to just get the chunky slams in. And considering the matchup, I don't think there's like a real big case for the Plaguebringer in this matchup. There's just too many units. Like the Plaguebringer shines more about killing off high value units rather than trying to kill off hordes, in my opinion. Always satisfying to clear these camps with a chieftain. Meanwhile, the goblin shaman has to struggle a bit, trying to get rid of simple zombies. But he got the looks, and he's got the magic hammer. I love the goblin shaman. He's the best. And with his little hat, he actually looks like a commissar of 40k, which is hilarious. Alright, goes for the little bit, well, I don't want to say old school creeping path, but for one of those creeping paths. So this could be interesting if he decides to smash some of these to deny XP. But it looks like he's just going for eco. I mean, he doesn't know yet that that's the Gobo Shaman he's up against, which really needs his levels to become proper decent. Oh wow, we actually built a hunting hut against the Warg Rider. Like, the Warg Rider is really trash. These guys have 300 HP from the get-go and a little bit of pierce resist. So the Warg Rider really struggles. Meanwhile, the Smasher is just jogging happily through the countryside, trying to find some fools to crump. Look at that. Look at that wonderful grin. I kind of wished the zoomed in would show more of the unit, as a not cut off half the action here. It's a little bit annoying and disrupting to deal with. Much more annoying than this fella here. And does get 2 of the workers. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. The chieftain gets there before the poor Warg Rider gets through. Oh my god, he does 10 per hit. That's 12 per hit. That's depressing. A poor Warg Rider trying his little best. Meanwhile, Smasher Bro gets nibbled on at the heels by the little Crumpy Boys. Ooh, nice pull back. So that puts him down. That should force him to retreat that one. Yeah, the Warg Rider got out. That's nice enough. Is that the best? So fancy for a little bloodthirsty monster guy. Exactly, the hat is the fucking best. Too bad it's not a very good item. I wish there was like more item diversity as well in this game. Like different kinds of hats. There's so many nice weapon and armor sets from the campaign that they could use, or at least for the visuals. So it's a kind of a bit of a waste and a missed opportunity. Meanwhile, the Smasher gives this Warg Rider a cheeky little slap on the butt to convince him to vacate the premises. Chieftain and Plaguebringer both fully kitted out, look pretty decent. Let's check the builds. Alright, Saitama hasn't made a build yet because he's not spending his points, but pretty standard opener, double Arcane Force, Chain Lightning, Fire Totem.
Häuptling, der Vorposten
So it's not the cheese build where you go full Arcane Force into Chain Lightning. And Igzorn has picked up come here pretty early. Troll Guard. So it's the relatively modern skill everything chieftain approach for those cheap wall breakers later through training. And especially on the double golem map, it is a relatively achievable goal. Doink! She gets a head full of crumpin. She has to run. Gobo doesn't seem to get his attack in. How much damage does he do early? Okay, it's not that terribly great at that. Okay, this could be nice. It's always nice to get rid of some stone for the trolls, because it's down to 10. So that might matter. And some very nice split harass here. Get some banners, got the middle one already. It's not the end all be all for trolls to lose these. But it's a very nice job here by Saitama.
Das Herz des Stammes wird angegriffen.
Because if nothing else, it at least buys you time while the chieftain runs around recapping those flags. While you could be doing, while he wants to do a golem or something of the like. Ooh, upgrades this one early. Okay, he has already this one. Okay, he's got the 2 cornerstones. So I suppose it's his best option. And almost only option. Oh, looks like we didn't get a slam in. Missed our opportunity there. Nice pullback there. Looks like Igzorn is improving. Like, usually my complaint with his playstyle was always he plays a pretty solid troll, but he lost too many smashes too early a lot of the time. So far, I've seen some nice pullback micro. So our boy is getting better. It's always nice to see. Well, what are we shopping for, my boy?
Feinde greifen an.
Feinde greifen an, indeed. A weakening orb and a chieftain's mighty scrapite. That might indicate a golem. Because you don't really need a weakening orb for that lot here. That's what you got the big stick for. Alright, gets a troll guard on him. So that gives him, compared to the other boys, 250 more life, which is nice. And when he attacks, it recharges his focus. Like the focus recharge, it seems to be like kind of capped. I've tried it yesterday, I'm not sure. Maybe you need to spec into this for the focus regen there. You could also go max focus, which is you just lose too much power for that to be useful. But Saitama gets a lot of territory early, and he doesn't seem to be overexpanding. Speaking of expansion, so we have the Risen Kalrak up. We don't have any special buildings at all yet, so not even the War Pit. So his tech units are gonna be a little bit delayed. Most of his attention seems to be on the split push micro. Oh, and Herzog is attempting the golem. Oh, the Eye of the Tribe is just on the cusp of going down very slowly, so he didn't bring enough punch. So if he's fast enough here... Okay, here comes the debuff orb, puts it down to -1 strike resist. So a whole 121.2 damage. I actually don't know if the game does decimals. Oh, loses 1 smasher, but here's how you want to do it with melee troops. You let the golem slap your hero in the face while everybody else stays in the back. It still gets hit. Yeah, it's sometimes really annoying to dodge. The Eye of the Tribe still stands firm. Saitama is still doing his best here. So our boy Herzog knowing what to do. Ah, that's the worst item he can get. Because he doesn't actually have focus regen, so you can't even buff it. I mean, if that would work, that would be insane for him. But unfortunately it does. I love how Saitama doesn't give up. Like, the Eye of the Tribe has enough time to clear off a couple of gobos to make this a very, very bad trade here for Saitama. He's bleeding a lot of wood and... Actually, he hasn't grabbed his Medusas, it seems. So he's on level 3 versus level 6. Yeah, and Herzog still doesn't care. Ah, nice. Very nice. So, thanks to the level 6 that you get, immediately into Flesh Eater, which might indicate that we see early Bone Hexes. To get rid of the hordes of orcs. Oh, yes, the pullback micro is working. But There might be another fallacy here. Okay, he did get rid of one building up there. But now we might see the counter throw. Okay, we have 2 flesh eaters now. And I think he did it in the way that he let the low unit soak all the damage, and then at the last second he popped the training, so he gets full health. Okay, he does get the building down, thanks to the raw damage and just general trollage. Which surprises me, actually. Because I've recently had a lot of trouble with sieging as trolls. Without dedicated stuff. But looks like against orcs it works still relatively fine. I think that was a tier 2 outpost. So it wasn't too bad. But that eye is already back up and healing. We're grabbing all of this. Okay, hunters at 11 minutes, that's pretty late. Looks like that's mostly what the queue is for, minus 19 iron there. Goblins are meant to die. They are, but there's a critical mass. You want your repopulation efforts to roughly equalize or slightly outscale your depopulation efforts. Otherwise you're running into problems. There we go. Now that's some goblin numbers. That's much more like it. So he should be getting that. Oh, pull back. Pull back to smash it. Or maybe we see another train here. Oh, first bone hexer's up. Very nice. Meanwhile, this expeditionary force is still plunking away at things. That's pretty big, because that's one of the prominent iron sectors. In quotation marks, lucky for Saitama, he wasn't mining from there too hardly. Too hardly? That's a double negative. Too much, I guess it would be. Lumberjacks and miners in harmony. Yeah, good. Has the Iron Mines in the proper spots. I wish this would always be tracked, so we wouldn't have to wait a minute to actually get the real production rates. But we're only up to 5 hunters. We still have the warg puppy alive. That's nice. We don't have a forge or anything of the like. He built now just more power and totem might 1. And we're stuck on level 4, which is really harsh. Both golems are gone. Not good times to be Saitama. Double bone hexer now, which haven't eaten yet. I think workers, you can't eat workers, I believe. They give souls, but you can't eat them. It's something weird like that. And there we go. That's what you mean. That's what you get the bone hexers this early for. Just to crump on goblins, especially swarms of them. Some bone crushers would still help with those efforts. Then you could just literally cleave through them. But it'll do for now. Survivability versus hunters is roughly the same for smashers versus the other boys. It's just the lethality against goblins is a lot higher. Yeah, he doesn't want to fight here. That's pretty bad. That is not enough critical mass there. But he's rallying through the sectors, and he's cheekily mining quintuply from his enemy's iron base. The trolls have no use for it. Ah, oh, look at them. Now I want goblins riding on hares. Best combo ever. One hunter on the hunt. He's trying his best. The Warg Rider is still alive 40 minutes into the game. I'm happy. Yeah, looks like a full mage build. Pretty hot. Speaking of techs and stuff, we do have scrap metal. We've got a hippie camp. No, a hitting camp and a throwing camp. Only 2 fight huts though. It's gonna get some of that, that's be nice.
Mein Gebäude ist fertig.
Fortified should be going down to this, but it's not going to be cheap. Saitama is reacting. Alright, some nice micro here. Oh, that's just brutal. Yeah. Bone Hexes are tremendously good against iron units. Look at that. Yeah. Gets a nice targeting on the clump of hunters. Gets the chieftain. Hides the pain just fine. And teleports out of there. So that was a really good fight for Herzog here. Let's see. We've got some small tribe shelter stuff. Where are the hitting camps? Where is the hitting camp? Alright, good. They're in the front here, which is in a bad spot for them.
Ihr seid Abenteurer, was? Kommt,
Grab
wagt
some
einen
focus
Blick.
potion and
Ich
the
bin
mighty
mir
crush
sicher,
stick.
Feinde greifen an.
Best stick ever. Saitama wants his iron back. But he did lose a decent chunk of brutes. Also really should consider plopping down a healing totem for his brutes.
Der Stamm hat einen Bereich verloren,
Just
Häuptling.
about survives there. That's why it's quite nice to go really heavy into brutes early with the Gobbo Shaman, because then you have some real pushing power. And then you add the hunters later. Or even never. And just keep the brutes alive with the might of the Gobbo Shaman. Depends on the matchup. Against trolls it's not that easy, especially against this kind of build here. That's pretty nice. Camps the scrappers, the scrap positions here with the hunter. And looks like, oh, Herzog's not paying attention. And 20 food, 25 food down the drain. There we go. Oh, come on. Herzog. Herzog! No! Also, these guys with the little hats, they really remind me of... Oh, gets away on 50 HP there. Lucky, lucky. They really remind me of some, like, from some cartoon. The Evil Henchman. And I can't remember which one. I think it was like the... was it Der Zauberstein or something? I think it was like not a German cartoon, but that was a German name for it. But very much in the vein of Gummibärenbande as well. Where our lovely name comes from here for Herzog. But yeah, lots of big crush sticks to crush things up. Pretty nice stuff. Gets a couple food patches, but that's a nice trade-off. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, some free real estate. That's 100 food going down the drain. Yikes.
Wir werden angegriffen.
But luckily for Herzog, he's floating quite a lot. Alright, everything gets... Wow, everything gets recycled here. And nice and early, so he should get most of that back.
Baut mehr Hütten.
Oh, it's gonna be tight. Couple of the resources do still get delivered.
Gute Nachrichten. Wir haben eine neue Technologie erforscht.
Speaking of which... Oh, we don't have any upgrades yet.
Wir können keine weiteren Truppen unterbringen.
We are
Wir
grabbing
müssen
these
unsere
fellas.
Außenposten
Okay, we're getting
vergrößern.
the 1-1 upgrades here for our Orky
Feinde
boys.
greifen an.
Throwing camp. I think we're tier 3. Yeah, we are tier 2 technically. But looks like we lost most of the
Feinde greifen an.
brutes. Oh, teleports on the hunters and Saitama's not reacting. Oh, the brutes are trying to split push, and meanwhile he lost most of his hunters. Actually, he hasn't lost any yet. Looks like it was just fast enough. But yeah, he's gonna have to teleport out of there. I don't see him turning. Okay, he could micro his goblins to the side and then back over and then try to do something here, but that's a lot of AoE coming his way. Oh, there's another lovely little potion there. Okay, the brutes do get the job done. Did the gobbo die? Oh no, he's alive. But for some reason he's all alone back
Wir haben
home.
eine neue Technologie erforscht.
So that's a bit awkward. So no teleport available there. Alright, some nice split here by both sides. One cleanup crew, one brute crew. Yeah, and they gotta run. Oh! Bone hexes. Okay, eat. Please eat. Eat your vegetables! After having turned them into such. You don't want to meet the German troll dancer in the dark alley? He's actually fairly nice. He's like a gruff grandpa. He sounds gruff, but he's actually a really cool, chill dude. Yep, and this is classic Spellforce 3 in a nutshell. Without buffs, everybody's just running after everybody. Oh, he's trying to take a fight here, but I don't see that. Even with like the 1-1 upgrades, it's just too much. You can't chunk through that in a lot of time. Where the hell is the... Okay, the Goblin Shaman is finally with his army. He's still level 4, by the way. Alright, that's a nice one. But without like the Totem of Silence, or whatever it's called. I think the Vexing Totem for the Gobbo. He can't slow them down, so they just disengage. And everybody lived happily ever after. Meanwhile, we have our own little chunky boys coming in. Wait. Oh my god. Ah, okay. No, for a second I thought they didn't have eyes. It's just, but they're just so hunched over that you can't see their eyes. I thought they were like a smooth forehead. That was really Resident Evil Nemesis kind of vibes I got there. But that's harsh. That's a lot of iron gone. We've got some reinforcing trolls cut down, which is nice, but food wasn't what anybody's lacking in this game. And that's a 2-for-1. In Saitama's favor. It does disrupt the production a little bit. No one has grabbed that bag yet, which makes me sad. Do we see some retargeting here? Oh, we see a teleport coming in. We should clean that up fast enough. Our little wall breakers did get a speed nerf. But they're still just about fast enough to stay away from most melee units. It's gonna take them a while to clear this up. Meanwhile, reinforcements are on the way.
Ein Gebäude ist fertig.
That one poor goblin. Ow. He got turned into mush. Okay, the brutes are doing brute things again, apparently. I don't like his odds here. I haven't seen him use healing totems much. He does have it, right? Yeah, he does. So that's a bit concerning. It's not helping him. Oh, he's going for a base snipe. Oh, he stops though. I don't know if that was worth it. I really wish these guys would eat. That would make this strategy so much better. Especially against orcs, there's usually plenty enough corpses to go around. Even if it's just one at a time, that thing has, like, the ability has no bloody cooldown, so it really doesn't disrupt you at all. To even pick up 1 or 2 corpses per sitting here. Please eat responsibly, though. But it looks like we're going for the base snipe. There should be a teleport available. He hasn't upgraded his eyes yet, so they are pretty snipeable. You find that offensive? Well, too bad. We haven't had any God Slams today, which makes me kind of sad. In fact, I haven't seen Herzog slam at all. Alright, that's a good, decent enough throw. Looks like we're a little bit late here on pulling our response units up. So all in all, this is just way in Herzog's... well, yeah, I'd say in Herzog's favor. Okay, some of them might get trapped here, but looks like they'll be fine. Overall, I'd say Saitama got out of this better than expected, but it's still not really hot for him. Alright, we are tier 3, we're grabbing Black Ash. What are we doing with it? Okay, we're getting Shamans, we don't have Pesturers. I don't know if against Trolls, if they're just too chunky to even get the AoE. But I think there's also like a burning aspect to the oil proposition there. So it should still be worth it. Okay, Brutes doing Brutes things. Just makes you wish for more support for the game, so like these kind of strategies could be addressed a little bit. Because it's pretty boring playstyle. Or like very tedious to deal with since it's so hard to catch anything in this game. Hey, healing totem though. And we are getting some shrines. So we might get some native bone hexers. We've got double hex camp for some reason. There we go, getting some flesh eaters, more bone hexers I assume. Nope. Finds an angle yet again with the brutes. And we are running out of wood here. And he's gotta wait for this to finish back up to upgrade his stuff. So Igzorn has been delayed. We are seeing trolls. It's the best weapons against trolls. Bigger trolls. Because whenever you can stun a little bit of them, it's just so much damage negated and gives you a lot of time. It is pretty beautiful. Yeah, I've had a similar issue yesterday that shamans are just not cutting their weight. The resistances are like you get up to 15 with the last tech. The damage is okay, but the investment is too high for what you get out of it. Unless it's under very specific circumstances. You'd probably just pay better off with hunters, but then again you want the iron for your trolls. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But here comes the mass bone hexers. The goblins are just so clumped up. Oh, this is gonna be nasty.
Gebäude fertiggestellt.
But the map is damn yellow. So Saitama has done a decent job there. He also wants like a brute hit squads. That's an ambitious project. Queuing that up while the literal troll horde is right on your heels.
Verdammt, wir haben einen Sektor verloren.
That's the government right there. No debate, you just can't resist a single wall breaker. There you go. That thing is so expensive. That could be a nice base snipe here. Oh, he needs to go for the base though. I think Herzog's thing is still on cooldown. Yes, indeed. Okay, he's getting some fight huts, which is okay, I guess. I mean, they have good magic resist, so if it's mostly bone hexers, it's gonna be okay. Oh, but a lot of the orc units are not attacking. But the throwers are debuffing everything. Ooh. Oh, the troll and these guys are too far away. And the troll dies just before the teleport. Rough stuff. Doing a little bit of a chimichanga there. That bag still hasn't been grabbed, which makes me sad. I'm still on level 5 here. Which we've done and put into Chain Lightning 2. Yeah, that's the issue with the Shaman. If you fall behind, you're really, really weak. Especially on a relatively... Well, it's not a low XP map, but it's easily to miss all the XP if you mess up. If you lose both golems, stuff like that. Double Troll God, just pure hexing, and then level 2 there. What's the level 2 for this here? Oh, it's a range increase. Everything else is the same, it seems.
Ein Gebäude ist fertig.
Chunk chunk. Okay, it's a pretty big fire wielder army. But the trolls are in the back. Getting pot-shotted there. Not particularly nice. And while Herzog's economy has suffered a bit by the hands of the brutes, it is far from disastrous.
Wir werden
and Saitama is starting to run out of food because These boys are really expensive. 10 food for them, 20 food for War Troll. I think the brutes aren't cheap either in that department. 6 food for them.
Feinde greifen an.
Not a good time to be an orc right now. Yeah, I feel like his only chance was the capital snipe. As long as he still had substantial amounts of brutes and war trolls, and then just, I don't know, sacrifice the fire wielders to buy some time, something like that. I should call them shamans. But they are from the fire wielder tribe. Ooh. But this amount of bone hexers is just nasty. And very little tickle damage. They do have 25 magic resist, so the chain lightning less effective against bone hexers than the front line. These guys just go camping. It's like a little family on a holiday trip. Casually strolling to the next place. And you just gotta love the bone hexer waddle. with the heads up. Saitama really needs to start engaging this and like chipping away at it. I think he's trying to salvage this. It is most of his iron. There's still a substantial amount left there. Okay, so he's trying to delay with the Gobo Shaman. Oh, he's being indecisive. Alright, Border Fortress gets one, but it's not gonna out-repair the second wall breaker, I think. Oh, just about. But I don't think he has retargeted to the right unit, no. Oh, because we're fighting here, sorry. Gets one bone hexer. And didn't lose too much. And there we go. That's a lot of guys down. That wasn't a bad fight. But this is going... Oh! Oh my god, is the Border Fortress doing it? Okay, we're gonna keep that down here while we watch this. The Border Fortress is clutching it out. That's hilarious. Magic damage on this, in this case, it really comes into play. Because the wall breakers have 50 pierce resist. And I do believe they have magic either nothing or negative. So the Orc outpost is better at dealing with them than some others. So that was pretty hot. Do we see an obelisk? Not yet. Don't think we have like the iron for it.
Fertiggestellt.
Is Igzorn going for a Titan? No, that's like 500. Right? Something ridiculous, yeah, 500. Okay, reinforcements are arriving. That's a lot of wall breakers. Oh, they do have 25 magic resist, actually. Didn't expect that. But it's still better than it appears. Lots of positioning this game. Saitama just keeps running away. And the one fight he actually took, we halfway missed. There we go. Let's go full cinematic. No, he needs to turn now. He's caught. He's caught. That's the point where you have to just fight. I think he wouldn't have done terribly if he just fought here. And now the Grand Kalrak is going down. The army here is blocking it off. Very nicely done. Yeah, I think Saitama needed to turn there. He did alright in the earlier fight. Because at some points you have to deal with it. Oh. What's down first? The entire Orcish army or the Grand Kalrak? And Igzorn takes it and everything explodes in a mighty fashion. GG. Well played to both of them. Interesting one. Lots of split pushing. But without like the exciting music, it's like really relaxed. And with trolls you always are under, even though they're just as fast as everybody else, and in some situations even faster, they just look so slow. Interesting also, yeah, I think the fact that his hero got bricked pretty hard on level 4 for way too long. That's another reason why you have to fight. Because you want that golem, you need so many things with a shaman. The level 5... if you have some goblins in the front line, that will get annihilated, but you can get the Raise the Dead totem, which then gives you a little bit of more time for your backline to do some damage while the enemy annihilates the zombies. So GG in that. Yeah, but 50% pierce resist is quite substantial. So I would say in that instance, I don't know, guess we need to do some testing, which I'm a bit too lazy for. Whether they take the same amount of damage or if it's any favor for some outposts or the others. But GG. Oof. Do troll workers count as 2? Because that doesn't seem right. Oh wait, that's Saitama, sorry, I mixed the graphs up. So that's fine. Definitely interesting game. I think Saitama needed to take army fights and get rid of the scrap units. Even though it hurts. It's a hard thing to do. For the XP and for just... Otherwise you just get snowballed by a complete stack of bone hexes, etc. But we will see in future games if someone can deal with that more reliably. And he had a chance of winning the game for pushing capital. Would it have worked? Probably not. But I think it was worth an attempt. GG, well played.